Hello everyone, and welcome to my unboxing video for the Back to the Future Transformers mashup action figure Gigawatt, or Gigawatt if you go by the Back to the Future pronunciation. Being a fan of both the Back to the Future movies and the original Generation 1 Transformers, this was an exciting item for me to get. A little backstory on this figure: Gigawatt is part of the Generation 1 continuity, and this side of the story is currently being written in comic book form by author Cavan Scott. According to his story, Gigawatt was on the original Ark that crashed into Earth millions of years ago. This alternative version shows that Rumble traveled back in time to 1984 from 2015 using Doc Brown's DeLorean to reactivate Megatron, Gigawatt, and the other Decepticons. And in turn, they destroyed Optimus Prime and the other Autobots so they could never be reactivated, causing complete Decepticon rule. Decepticons conquered Earth and enslaved humanity. Gigawatt became uncomfortable with Megatron's rule and decided to defect. He trans-scanned the DeLorean time machine in 2015 in hopes of traveling back and setting things right, but Megatron damaged his flux capacitor before he got a chance. Gigawatt then changed sides to join Rodimus Prime and the Autobot resistance that survived, including running into Marty McFly, whom he saved from execution by Starscream. More details on that story can be found at tfwiki.net, and the comic series has released book 2 of the 4-part series, so go to Amazon and check that out. Now, onto the figure itself. I pre-ordered this figure from Walmart a few months ago, and it arrived on January 7th, just as they had promised. As you can see, it is in the classic Generation 1 Transformers box style, including the text specs on the back, the text specs. There they are. I remember opening these many times as a child using the clear red plastic on the text specs on the back. I have no idea what to expect in this box. I'm guessing we'll see an instruction booklet, obviously the figure itself, and possibly a text specs reader. I'm not sure. I haven't watched any of the other videos, so I'm not sure yet what's in the box. The Gigawatt toy itself is a retooling of the War of Cybertron Siege Deluxe class Sideswipe. It comes with a lightning rod, whip, and a Mr. Fusion generator rifle. So let's take a look at the box, open the box, and remove everything. So on the front of the box, it says Gigawatt on the bottom by Hasbro. We've got a emblem here that says More Than Meets the Eye Collaborative, and it has a DeLorean from 2015 with a Transformer symbol on the back and a Back to the Future 35, since 2020 was the 35th anniversary of Back to the Future. On the top, it also has the Back to the Future 35 and the traditional Transformers logo. We have Gigawatt standing here in the same form as Marty McFly on the Back to the Future posters, looking at his watch with the fire trails beneath him. And on the top, it shows the basics on how to transform the figure. Looks fairly easy. It also shows the 2015 version here with the hovering wheels and the Mr. Fusion generator on there. On the side of the box, we see the DeLorean coming out of the back of Doc Brown's semi, and as you can see, the license plate says Out of Time, just like the classic on the movie. On the back, you'll notice that we've got the Back to the Future 35 logo, but we've also got a different license plate here, BK2FUT2, so that was kind of an interesting thing. We've also got the tech specs here, and Gigawatt, his function is the time traveler. You're never out of time when you're a time machine. When Marty and Doc Brown need a ride through time, Gigawatt is ready to fly. And that's about it. There's a lot of different languages below here. On the other corner, we've got Gigawatt looking at his watch again, and then we've got him in DeLorean form. And on the bottom, we have the normal Authentic Transformers logo, the emblem from the front, and the same that were on the side. So, here's the moment you've been waiting for, the unboxing. So here we go with the unboxing. I'm going to cut the tape. Looks like it's cut just right on the top here. Should be good. There we go. Pop that side off of there. Hopefully not ripping the box up too bad. Looks like this will just slide out of here. Ah, yes. So, we've got the car, the whip, and the fusion rifle here. This background is amazing. It's got pictures of the DeLorean. It talks about the flux capacitor here, and on the corner here, 1.21 gigawatts, or gigawatts in this case. So that looks wonderful. We'll set that aside. We've got the instruction manual for Gigawatt, and a warning sheet in about, I don't know, 30 languages about choking hazards. So there's the first page. We'll fold this open, and it shows how to transform Gigawatt. Looks like it's 11 steps on this side. And it goes all the way up to step 17. So I will probably be transforming this off camera and then show some pictures afterwards. And it shows how to install the whip antenna. It shows how to install the Mr. Fusion and put the wheels up. It also has a storage on the back for the fusion rifle, it looks like. And then the last page is, again, the classic out-of-time look with the California license plate there, and Universal and Hasbro. So there we go. Let's cut the figure out of the bubble wrap, and we can take a look at him here. All right, let's start cutting the little rubber bands. Being careful not to injure the figure at all. I could have probably gotten a sharper knife for this, but this knife will work. It looks like these are more tie wraps than they are rubber. Is there another one? Oh, no, there we go. We've got the car itself out. Let me cut the whip out of here. Whip antenna there. And the fusion cannon looks like it might just be, yeah, it's just kind of stuffed in there because it's actually two pieces. It's the Mr. Fusion and then it's the rest of the cannon. So there it is. That's the figure itself. One of the things I did read up on is that it does not have the DeLorean logos on it because it is not technically a DeLorean labeled model. So I believe the doors open up, if I'm reading it correctly. Just kind of pop open there like that. Don't want to start transforming you yet. There we go. Awesome. And I believe the lightning whip goes right in here like this. So that would be the classic Back to the Future original. Right after Marty and Doc work on it and get it ready to come back from 1955 back to 1985. It's got a little bit of weight to it, not much. So this looks really good. And we've got Mr. Fusion. He just pops onto the back section. I don't think he stays on there real tight. I think it just kind of sits on there. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to stay on there very well. I might be doing it wrong or incorrectly, but you can flip the wheels down. They just kind of fold down like that. The front ones are a little bit more difficult because it's actually snapping into place. But then you're in flying mode, just like that. So very, very cool figure so far. I'm going to transform Gigawatt into robot mode, and I'll have a little bit more video for you. So here is the finished Gigawatt figure. He looks awesome. If you look real close on his chest there, it's got the dates on the time circuits, just like in the movie. It's got November 12th, 1955. It's got October 21st, 2015, and October 26th, 1985. He's got his fusion cannon here, Mr. Fusion on the back, his flux capacitor in the middle. The whip antenna is part of his arsenal as well. The head moves around a bit. You can turn his head and make it look up and down a little bit. The waist moves a little bit too, so you can kind of aim him and make him look around. Very, very cool figure. He was not terribly difficult to transform, but some of it, when I was moving it, it felt like I wasn't moving it in the right way. So I made sure to look at the instructions, but all in all, I think he came out pretty well. Luckily, I have another boxed version of this that's still sealed that I plan to keep. Unfortunately, it is not one of the original 1985 release that they came out with. That disappeared very, very quickly, and right now is going on eBay for several hundred. I've seen them up to $600 and $700 already for a sealed box, so I'm not willing to pay that. I like my version just fine. I think the toy itself is exactly the same. The only difference is on the box. It'll have a number on it. That's pretty much it. There are several other YouTube videos reviewing Gigawatt and unboxing, transforming him, but I purposefully did not watch them. I wanted to keep it more of a surprise, which I am pleasantly surprised. It seems like a very good figure. I'd like to give thanks to tfwiki.net for their interesting backstory, and for the author of the comic, Cavan Scott. Hope I'm saying your name correctly. And I thank you all for watching. Make it a great day.